What's up YouTube, Capital G here talking more Shining Victories. Remember how I discussed these 4 cards earlier today? Well, now we know about 3 more cards that are coming out in the set, and they definitely revolve around my man right here, Rector Pendulum. Now, I know you guys like Rector Pendulum. What the heck, Cap? You said his name was Lecter with an L. Well, I think it was a mistranslation by YG Organization. No harm, no foul. It's just 1 letter difference. So this guy is actually Rector Pendulum with an R. It's still really like 1 letter difference from the original. And we now know how we're going to summon this behemoth because we now have the summoning conditions. So and by the way, let me just try and fix up on the lore because I think I butchered it. People were like, Cap, you butchered the lore. Okay, here's what I think happened, and I will try my best to explain it. If not, I'm sure somebody in the comments will correct me. So anyways, there was Rector Pendulum. And he was this evil dude who basically was trying to like control the world. And he had basically this army of Draco fiends. And he basically like he had this power and this magic or some sort of virus that he was using to corrupt monsters to turn them into Draco fiends. That's why with the Amorphages, you see like in their little forms, they kind of look like they're normal and they're maybe mutating. And then you see them in their like final forms, and that's just their mindless evil, you know what I mean, mutant corrupted version. It's kind of like this guy is going around spreading the evil swarm virus. And I believe what happened was he met Rector Pendulum and Draco face off, and it said that Rector Pendulum and Master Pendulum, it says that he got cursed. He got cursed, and now he basically has, you know, the same type of powers as Rector Pendulum does, and he's trying to find Rector Pendulum essentially to kill him and to learn a little bit more about these strange powers. Now, no one knows where Rector Pendulum's powers come from. I think they do. Like, it says that they're like some sort of, it says that they're extra dimensional. I think he got them from some sort of void. You know what I mean? That's just my hypothetical opinion, but no one really knows. Now, there's some new cards to talk about, and in these new cards, well, we already know that Rector Pendulum like evolved and somehow he got corrupted, and he ended up fusing himself with this card right here, Amorphage Iridium. So you see this ritual is basically this and this combined into that, look like that freaking monstrosity. And you see apparently these two do battle again, like way after Draco rivals. These two end up fighting again, and it looks like Master Pendulum's kind of getting his ass whooped. But then you see in this card, he ends up fighting with the ritual, and it looks like he's found his second wind. So it's like the fight continues, because it kind of looks like he's about to die in this card. Nope, this card right here, but it's like, oh man, he's not quite dead. He was apparently just playing dead or something like that, or he was bluffing. So anyways, let's look at the new cards, guys. But that's kind of what I know of the storyline so far. And I believe, well, I mean, I guess on Rector Pendulum side, he has all of his, like, he has his Draco Fiend army. And then on Rector Pendulum / Master Pendulum side, he's got the Ignites, the Magispectors, and the Dino Mist, or at least he has like the power of them, you know what I mean? Hence, he got his own Synchro, Xyz, and Fusion. Honestly, this is as good as the Dual Terminal lore, to be honest. All right, but let's look at the new cards. We've spent too much time dwaddling on with that lore. Okay, so there's Amorphage Persona. This is a field spell. It says all Amorphage or all Amorphage monsters. It says all Amorphage monsters. I was caught up because they misspelled monsters here. On the field, gain 300 attack and defense. Okay, that's okay. Here's the effect that you really want. As long as this card remains face up in the field zone, each time Amorphage monsters you control are tributed, you can draw a card. This can be applied up to twice a turn. So you know how a lot of the Amorphage Pendulum cards or the Pendulum spells, or when they're in the Pendulum zone, you basically have to tribute monsters during like your standby phase, otherwise they blow themselves up. Well, now if you tribute monsters, you basically just get the draw, like you get the draw cards immediately after tributing those monsters, and it works twice because there's 2 Pendulum scales, so that makes sense. So this card is amazing. Like, you're always going to want to have this on the field, I would imagine. The third is, this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Check this third effect out. You can banish this card from your graveyard, tribute pendulum monsters in your hand or on the field whose level equals 8, then ritual summon Amorphage Psycho, the Vanius Draco Lord. I guess they changed the ritual's name too. Essentially, the way that you summon the ritual monster is with a field spell. Like, what? I've never heard of it. It doesn't even get summoned with a ritual spell. It gets summoned with a field spell when it's in the graveyard. And at first I was like, oh, you can only do pendulum monsters, but think about it, guys. You can just either, if you have them on the field, just freaking give them up and then pendulum them back, or you can just pendulum from your extra deck. Like, it's really, really easy to fulfill that condition. So this card seems absolutely great because if it's in the graveyard, it's useful. If it's on the field, it's useful. It's always going to be useful. So this ritual, considering I don't think you can't really, well, I'm not sure if you can summon it with like other ritual cards because it says you can ritual summon this with Amorphage Persona. Maybe you can find other ways to summon it, but it's probably like a one-of. I'm not sure if you build an entire deck around it, kind of like the icing on the cake. Next up is Amorphage Nortes, which is this guy right here. See, this looks like you can see the monster and it's like, I guess that's what it originally was, and you see it's kind of becoming a Draco fiend right here. But it's a level 6 Earth Dragon Pendulum, 2250 attack. It seems like the Amorphages are like the new Evil's form or something like that. 0 defense. It's a P scale 3. The Pendulum Effect is just like the other guys. It says the controller of this card must tribute one monster they control during their standby phases. During each one of their standby phases, this is not optional. Otherwise, this card is destroyed. If you control a Amorphage monster, neither player can add cards from their deck to their hand except by drawing them. Built-in mistake, OP. Built-in mistake. Have fun searching decks. Magicians are about to like just die because you activate or you top deck that pendulum card you thought you were going to use. Nope. You use that Sky Iris. Nope. Like all them searching effects that deck does, just not going to happen. Monster effect. Neither player can special summon from the extra deck except the Amorphage monsters. So again, just like the epitome, not antithesis, the epitome of just anti-meta, man. In a free, I thought that Magic Specters were the anti-pendulum deck. No, I think it's Amorphages that are the anti-pendulum deck. And then the last card is True Draco Awakening, which is that's this one right here with Master Pendulum and the Ritual Monster basically clashing it out. This one says it's a normal spell. By the way, let me just tell you, if this card was a quick play, it would be just disgusting. If there is a face-up Draco Overlord monster and a non-pendulum Draco Slayer monster on the field, shuffle as many cards on the field into the deck as possible. Then you can special summon one Draco Slayer or Draco Overlord monster from your deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. So how many non-Draco Slayer pendulum monsters are there? I believe there's 3. It's basically the variations of like Exceed and Synchro and Fusion. So, and the thing is, this card actually could be very practical because people are going to play this card a lot. My thing is, I'm thinking that this card is going to be best if you're going second, because let's just say your opponent has this turn 1, which it's going to be common because this card does protect your pendulum scales. You know what I mean? It's going to be common for people to throw this out. Okay, well, you can just normal summon a Vector Pendulum, then activate this. Everything on the field gets spun back to the deck. Your opponent's pendulum scales, all their monsters, they all go back to the deck. And then, check this. You can summon the freaking ritual. Where's it at? You can summon the freaking Psycho ritual. You can summon this guy out because it says you ignored the summoning conditions. So you can actually summon the ritual off of this card. You don't have to get a Vector Pendulum. You don't have to get a Rector Pendulum. You can just summon the ritual out, which is insane. And you know what's funny? The what's it called? The effect of the monster that gets summoned is not actually negated. So you can use all the effects you want. That's kind of crazy. So this card does have potential. I mean, if these cards aren't going anywhere, then like this spell is going to be very good. But again, if it should have been a quick play, just for the fucking insanity, it should have been a quick play. And it's going to be more dangerous to go into these cards. Like if you just leave an Ignister on the field, your opponent might just summon that Rector and end up countering you, spinning your entire field to your deck, and you might get wrecked. So let me know what you guys think of these cards. I think they're pretty interesting, man, and this lore is so good. Thank you guys for watching as always.